Something silent moves through every second of existence, something no one controls, and yet everyone feels. A subtle presence reshapes landscapes, alters paths, and redirects destinies without asking permission. It's impossible to see it directly, but its effects appear in everything. In the face that ages, in the sky that changes color each dawn, in the mind that never thinks exactly the same way twice. This invisible force dominates everything that breathes, and even those who try to hide from it eventually end up being reached. But why do so many people insist on treating every event as if it will last forever? And why do so many fall into despair when they notice that nothing remains unchanged? The answers are simple and deeply meaningful. The illusion of permanence produces unrealistic expectations, while the fear of change imprisons. When one finally understands that no detail, object, or bond in the physical world comes with a guarantee, a powerful clarity emerges. Fluidity is a natural element of reality, not a failure within it. Acknowledging this truth frees the mind. Now, before we continue, I ask you something important. If this reflection is stirring something inside you, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video with someone who also needs to hear about this constant movement shaping everything around us. Your support keeps this space alive and helps others discover these transformative ideas. Since ancient times, thinkers have observed that absolutely everything follows inevitable cycles. Nothing created by human hands remains intact forever. No triumph lasts indefinitely, and no chapter in life repeats itself perfectly. Among those thinkers were individuals who studied this phenomenon with deep respect, realizing that trying to keep the world still was as futile as trying to trap wind between your fingers. They understood that clinging to what is destined to fade creates invisible chains that weigh the spirit down. One of these observers wrote that every transformation, even the most subtle, carries meaning. He believed that noticing small signs opens the door to a wider understanding of one's own journey. In another moment, a different mentor pointed out that the clock of life never speeds up or slows down, it simply continues. If someone feels short on time, the problem doesn't lie in the hours themselves, but in how they are being used. When days are wasted, the sensation of scarcity becomes inevitable. Imagine a newly opened petal. Its beauty lies not only in color or delicacy, but in the fact that it will not remain as it is. Its charm exists because it is temporary. If it lasted forever, it would lose much of its magic. The same happens with human moments. Every meeting, conversation, and accomplishment gains value because it will never unfold in the same exact way again. This awareness should spark deeper attention toward every detail, yet many people ignore this silent message, living as if their days were endless. Some postpone dreams, believing they will have another opportunity later. Others save their feelings for the right time, often without realizing that the ideal moment rarely announces itself. Prolonged hesitation transforms years into hollow echoes. When someone delays the essential, they risk looking back and realizing that meaningful chapters never unfolded simply due to a lack of courage to live them while the chance was still there. On the other hand, recognizing that everything has an ending can bring unexpected serenity. Painful sensations fade with time, intense joys also evolve. Grand achievements don't endure forever, and hard failures don't define an entire life. Constant alternation gives meaning to the journey. A difficult experience may teach what was missing. A strong emotion can renew a tired perspective. A challenging period can heal wounds that no one else can see. Resisting what is beyond control doubles the suffering. Fighting against inevitable changes drains energy and blinds a person to alternatives. But when someone accepts that each stage has its moment, a surprising peace emerges. Some philosophers describe this posture as embracing destiny with balance, receiving both gains and losses with the same serenity. They believed this strengthened the mind and helped maintain clarity, even amid uncertainty. This understanding transforms the way existence is viewed. If the present instant is truly all that belongs to us, it deserves undivided attention. The breath happening now will never repeat identically. The view before your eyes will not look exactly the same tomorrow. People crossing your path today may be following completely different routes in the future. Gratitude for everything, including what will disappear, expands the perception of one's own story. When a cycle ends, there is no need for devastation, as if everything had been meaningless. Each experience fulfilled its role while it lasted. Gratitude turns endings into peaceful memories rather than open wounds. This shift reduces anxiety and creates space for new opportunities whenever they appear. The truth is that permanent things exist only in imagination. Matter deteriorates, relationships evolve, identities transform. The world never matches the previous day perfectly. Even ideas once considered unshakable reshape themselves with new experiences. This does not represent loss, but movement, the movement that allows growth. Understanding this dynamic helps manage expectations. When there is no demand for life to remain frozen, it becomes easier to appreciate nuances, acknowledge small victories, accept shortcomings, and continue progressing. This flexible mindset also benefits relationships, reducing impossible demands and encouraging empathy. Impermanence strengthens generosity as well. Understanding that no one remains forever inspires more humane interactions. Thoughtful words prevent regret. Simple gestures gain emotional significance. Situations that once felt ordinary become meaningful because one realizes they may never occur again. There is also a curious upside. Once impermanence is accepted, fear fades. Instead of panic, there is comprehension. Instead of dread, acceptance. The end of something isn't destruction, it's transition. And this understanding equips a person to navigate life with steadier steps. Embracing transience also generates freedom. Without the urge to grip everything tightly, choices become more conscious. Attention shifts toward what truly matters. Excesses fall away. Distractions lose strength. Purpose becomes clearer. This inner liberation reduces stress and improves the ability to handle the unexpected. This clarity reshapes how achievements are appreciated. Instead of desperately trying to make them last, one learns to enjoy them while they exist. When they fade, there is no collapse, just room for new possibilities. The same applies to difficult phases. No matter how heavy they feel, none are eternal. Knowing this eases the weight. With this awareness, life becomes lighter. Not because obstacles disappear, but because the perspective changes. What once caused worry becomes manageable. What once generated tension becomes an opportunity for growth. And each shift, each transition, each ending becomes a reminder that everything moves. So every change, small or monumental, is proof that you're alive. The succession of transformations shapes your story, and when you choose to walk with them instead of resisting, you discover a kind of serenity that is hard to find elsewhere. If this reflection brought clarity, inspiration, or comfort, once again I ask, leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and share this message with someone meaningful. Every action you take helps this message reach more people and strengthens this space of growth. Here, every word exists to remind you that the present moment is precious precisely because it never repeats.